Rana Basharat Ali Khan, chairman of the International Human Rights Movement, has issued an urgent appeal for the protection of clean water infrastructure in Goma, Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), as the city grapples with a deepening humanitarian crisis. The recent escalation of conflict, including the takeover of Goma by Rwanda-backed M23 rebels at the end of January, has left nearly 2 million residents without access to clean water, sanitation, or electricity. A third of the population has been displaced, exacerbating an already dire situation. Clean water is not just a basic necessity, it is a lifeline, said Rana Basharat Ali Khan. In the face of ongoing cholera and mpox epidemics, the denial of safe water to children and families in Goma is a violation of their fundamental human rights. The international community must prioritize the restoration of essential services to prevent a catastrophic health crisis. The conflict between Congolese government forces, M23 rebels, and other armed factions has destabilized the region for decades, displacing hundreds of thousands of people. Many are now relocating to areas with limited water and sanitation services, increasing their vulnerability to waterborne diseases. According to recent reports, cholera cases are rising, with over 5,500 deaths recorded in the DRC over the past decade. Only 43% of the population has access to basic water services, and a mere 15% have access to basic sanitation. Rana Basharat Ali Khan emphasized that the risks posed by water-related diseases now outweigh those of direct violence in many protracted crises. Children in conflict zones are more likely to die from preventable diseases caused by unsafe water than from bullets or bombs. This is unacceptable. The protection of water infrastructure must be a non-negotiable priority for all parties involved in the conflict. The IRM has documented the severe impact of the crisis on women and girls, who face heightened risks of gender-based violence while collecting water and firewood. Even before the recent escalation, approximately 700,000 displaced people in Goma were living in camps with dangerously poor hygiene conditions. In line with the Geneva List of Principles on the Protection of Water Infrastructure, Rana Basharat Ali Khan called on all parties to the conflict to cease attacks on water facilities and ensure the fair delivery of humanitarian aid. The right to clean water is enshrined in international human rights law. We cannot stand by as innocent lives are lost to preventable causes. The world must act now to uphold the dignity and rights of the people of Goma. The IRM continues to monitor the situation closely and urges global leaders to support efforts to restore water access and sanitation services in the region. This is not just a crisis for the DRC, it is a test of our collective commitment to human rights and humanitarian principles, added Rana Basharat Ali Khan. We must rise to the challenge.